this video, we're going to show you how to do a simple loop through Excel using Foxtrot. So we've already done our previous script where we've formatted our rows. Now we're going to create a looping action, which will repeat the same steps in the middle of our script multiple times. Here we're going to put down that we want the loop to run 10 times, and it's going to be over the course of 3 actions. So these 3 actions, we have send value to cells A2, B2, and C2. So these 3 send value actions are going to get looped a number of 10 times. So what this will end up doing is sending the same value to each field A2, B2, and C2 10 times. But what we don't want to happen is for all of that information to go into the same cells. We want this spreadsheet to be populated row 2, and then row 3, and then row 4, and so on until the end of our script. So what we're going to do here is show you how when we run this process, Foxtrot will send the data to row 2 10 times. So even though Foxtrot went through super fast and looped through 10 times, we still only have 1 row of data. So now what we need to do is make sure that the data that gets sent to our Excel spreadsheet first populates row 2, then populates row 3, then populates row 4, and so on through our script. So you'll see in these send value actions that we have targeted cell A2, B2, and C2 directly. So what we just need to do is create a dynamic variable and reset the row number to go to that dynamic variable. So here we're going to create a variable. We'll title it row number. We'll change the type of the data to be a number. And then what we're going to do is we could give the value as 1 or 2. But seeing that all of our data is going to start after the title header in row number 2, we're going to start our variable value as number 2. What we will do then is increase the value of our variable by 1 through every rotation of the loop. So when we save this variable that we've just created, the value will be 2. So we can designate that data to be sent to cell A with our variable row number, B with our variable row number, and C with our variable row number. At the end of these 3 actions, we want to increase the value of our variable by 1. So after these 3 actions have sent to row 2, Foxtrot's going to increase the variable to 3, and then the next time around, Foxtrot will then send that value to A3, B3, and C3. And then at the very end of our loop, what we'll do is we'll delete the variable, so the variable will go away. Now, what you always want to do is make sure that you test your script so that the action that you created does exactly what you want it to do. So here we're going to go back after our format row action, and we'll put in a note saying that everything should be set with the proper variable. But there are still some mistakes in our script. So when we click OK, we'll have Foxtrot create the variable, which will be number 2, and then we'll send that information to the Excel spreadsheet. Now what you're seeing is Foxtrot still only populating row number 2. So when you look over at our script, the error that appears is in each one of those send value actions, we're still sending the variable directly to cell A2, cell B2, and cell C2. So what we need to do is in those particular actions, we need to go and change the cell number from A2 to A with the variable that we have, saying row number. So we have the variable created. So on the left-hand side where it says row, we're just going to insert our variable for row number. Now our token will be entered into the field instead of the whole number 2. So in each one of these actions, we're going to go and replace that row number with our row number token. So now these row numbers will be dynamic. At the very end of these actions, Foxtrot will increase the variable, and then the next time through, we'll put them in a different row. So we'll close out of everything, start our script back at the beginning, delete our variable, and click Start. So now Foxtrot has dynamically input all of the data into our spreadsheet. However, if you look under the combination, it is not a true combination of what we have for the number and the word into our third variable. We've somehow copied the number in row 2 to every single one of our combinations. So now what we need to do is change our formula that we have sending in our third action. So in there, when you say that we're combining columns A and B, now we're going to change those to have the dynamic row number inside of them. So now it should be doing a dynamic variable or creating a formula using the dynamic variable. So now we'll go ahead and we'll close Excel. We'll restart our script. So now Foxtrot creates the spreadsheet, populates it with the proper data with number, word, and then the proper combination of those two into the third cell. Now that we have our script all ready, we can close it down. We can take off our breakpoint, and we can tell Foxtrot to repeat this script 10 times. Now the same process that it's going through, Foxtrot will go through that same process a total number of 10 times. So as we click play, you'll be able to see Foxtrot create the workbook, populate the sheet, and then close it down at the end. And Foxtrot will do this 10 times before the script will be complete. Now that we have our script behaving the way we want it to, we're all set. Thank you for watching and tune in for more videos.